Okay, let's unpack this. We've received some truly fascinating source material today. A sprawling narrative from a work called The Lonely Dead.
Right.
Our mission is basically to navigate this intricate labyrinth of information and pull out the most profound insights.
Yeah.
What we found within these pages isn't just a story. It's, well, it's a deep exploration into hidden histories, chilling conspiracies, and really the nature of belief itself.
And what's particularly compelling, I think, about this narrative is how it immediately challenges our perception of reality. Straight away, From the very first page, we're presented with events and characters that just push the boundaries of what we understand,
Right.
pulling us into a world where the unseen forces at play might be far more significant than, the obvious ones.
That's precisely right. So our deep dive into The Lonely Dead kicks off in a place that feels almost forgotten. Yakima, Washington.
Okay.
Our protagonist, Ward, meets this guy, John Zant, in the parking lot of a struggling mall there. And the description, it paints such a vivid picture. Like, in 3 hours, only 2 teenagers went in, carrying nothing. Huge canvas signs advertising knockdown rates for retail space, the big corner spot, totally vacant.
Wow, bleak.
Totally. The only business that appeared to believe in itself was a Seattle's best coffee shop across the way.
Mhm.
The rest of the stores looked like they'd stashed their for lease sign in a safe place, looking to save a few bucks come the inevitable, just waiting for the end.
Yeah.
And Ward and Zant, they're not there to shop. They quickly get into this dirty GMC, and there are 2 handguns just lying on the floor.
Okay, so not your average mall trip.
Not at all. Their immediate destination, they're looking for a Joseph guy who was spooked after seeing a spirit or something.
Right, it's more than just, like, economic decline, isn't it?
Yeah.
This setting, it almost feels like a deliberate clearing, an unmaking of the familiar world,
That's a good way to put it.
which sort of eerily mirrors the unraveling realities the characters soon face. It makes you wonder, what gets swept away when old truths crumble? And this quick intro of a supernatural element, this spirit or something, it immediately blurs that line between the mundane and the inexplicable.
Right from the start.
Exactly. It suggests there are layers to this world that ordinary rules, maybe ordinary law, might not understand.
And those layers become terrifyingly clear almost immediately. So Ward and Zant are out in the cold, misty air when they make a truly chilling discovery.
Okay.
They find a man just standing there, purposefully but totally unmoving, in the mist.
Weird.
And he's dressed in a gray business suit and black office shoes, completely wrong for the environment,
Yeah, totally out of place.
As they get closer, the realization hits. It's not a ghost, it's just a body.
Uh-huh.
But the narrative captures this really profound thought. Bodies just make you doubt the world and the people in it. Ghosts make you doubt everything.
That distinction is key, isn't it?
I think so.
It really highlights a fundamental human response to the unknown, right? The psychological impact of thinking you're seeing a ghost versus finding a body, it's immense. Because a ghost threatens the very fabric of reality. It pushes characters to the edge of their rational minds in a way that even a gruesome death, well, it just can't.
The horror escalates dramatically from there, too.
Yeah.
Later, they find this remote cabin, and it's truly gruesome. A scene of, like, ritualistic horror. Bodies in various states of macabre dismemberment.
Yeah.
Some are so old they're barely skeletons. Others showing fresh, really unsettling injuries like no arms or an abdomen burst. Just awful.
Wow.
But the detail that truly makes your skin crawl, a skull with the upper half of a plastic doll protruding from a hole in its crown.
A plastic doll? What?
Yeah. And it's noted that some of this has been here a long, long time. And it had to be the work of more than one person, perhaps even more than one generation.
Okay, that presence of the plastic doll fragment, combined with the multi-generational thing, that immediately signals something far beyond just a single act of violence.
Right. It's not random.
No. It suggests a deeply entrenched, almost hereditary ritualistic purpose to these killings.
A tradition, almost.
Exactly. If we connect this to the bigger picture, it's not just about isolated murders, but a horrifying, calculated practice that has persisted over centuries, maybe.
So we've got this ancient, horrifying practice sort of emerging from the shadows. But what pushes an ordinary person into its orbit? Maybe it's despair. We see that with Tom Kozelek.
Okay, Tom Kozelek.
Yeah, his narrative starts with this profound descent into despair. After his marriage ends, he makes what he sees as a completely rational decision to commit suicide.
Rational.
Yeah. He's struggling to find place to rest, feeling that there's never anywhere to rest, not when you really need it.
Mm. That sentiment, that profound sense of having no escape, it's universally relatable, unfortunately.
It really is.
It raises an important question, though. How does such deep personal crisis intersect with the search for meaning, even in the most extreme circumstances, like making a rational choice to die?
It's a chilling kind of self-determination. So Tom attempts suicide by drinking and just walking into the woods. He specifically rejects guns or cliff jumping because, and this is key, he didn't want to be broken. He wanted to be erased.
Erased, not just dead.
Exactly. Just vanish without a trace.
Mm.
The turning point for Tom's journey comes unexpectedly. He's in a diner, and he overhears this old-timer talking about 73 planes that have gone down in the Pacific Northwest since the war.
73?
Yeah, 73, and they've never even been found.
Wow.
This seemingly random piece of local folklore, it prompts Tom to buy more alcohol and head straight into the mountains for his final act.
What's truly intriguing there is how a seemingly throwaway comment, a piece of local legend, becomes the unexpected catalyst for his desperate plan.
Yeah, it's strange.
It suggests that hidden, powerful knowledge can lie in plain sight, just waiting for the right, or maybe the most vulnerable person to stumble upon it.
So in the mountains, Tom has this Bigfoot encounter.
Bigfoot.
Yeah, he describes a vile smell, sees footprints with 5 big round toes. Classic Bigfoot stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
But later, Sheriff Connolly just dismisses it, says it was probably a bear and someone wearing novelty boots.
Oh, the rational explanation.
Yeah.
Which introduces that core tension in the story, right? Perception versus reality.
Exactly.
It challenges how we interpret extraordinary events and how easily they can be rationalized away, even when the sensory details are pretty compelling. Is it really a bear? Or is the mind being subtly nudged to believe it's a bear?
Well, that's where the journalist Henriksen comes in. He actually believes Tom.
Okay.
He even reveals that the famous Patterson film of Bigfoot was apparently a fake.
Oh, interesting.
But Henriksen's truly profound philosophy, the real kicker, is this. What's true is immaterial. It's what people believe. Belief is the truth.
Whoa. Okay, if we connect that to the bigger picture, that's a truly profound statement, isn't it?
It changes everything.
It suggests that collective belief can shape reality more powerfully than empirical facts. So how does that reframe everything we've heard so far about objective reality in this narrative?
Right.
If belief is truth, then the straw man's ancient rituals, they aren't just barbaric acts. They're a way of literally shaping reality through collective will, through belief.
Creepy.
That makes you wonder if the very act of believing in Bigfoot or ghosts inadvertently gives them power.
And this belief system gets much, much darker. Henriksen theorizes that Neanderthal man wasn't just some primitive ancestor.
Oh.
He thinks they were a highly adapted species that communicated partly through telepathy.
Telepathy. Oh,
And he
fine.
suggests they hide by putting smoke in our minds, making people see things like Bigfoot, tall, smelly, or even ghosts as like protection mechanisms.
Camouflage.
Wow, okay. That theory completely reimagines a fundamental part of human history.
Totally.
It proposes an almost supernatural explanation for elusive phenomena, shifting the Bigfoot legend from just a cryptid to a form of like telepathic self-preservation. It's an audacious reinterpretation.
Absolutely. It flips our understanding of what might be lurking in the shadows.
And it perfectly sets the stage for Zant's chilling explanation of the straw men to Ward. These aren't just local legends anymore. They're
Okay.
presented as an ancient society dating back nearly 1,000 years.
1,000 years. That's significant.
And get this, they're composed of people from all over the world at different times. Phoenicians, Romans, Irish, ancient Egyptians, Portuguese, Norse.
So a global network almost. Ancient.
Exactly. Their original motive, a refusal to live by the new rules of the world, especially after the rise of Christianity. They didn't like the change.
Okay. Resisting change on a massive scale.
And here's the American connection. Copper mining. In Michigan, starting way back, like 3000 BC, apparently 500,000 tons of copper were mined.
500,000 tons.
Yeah. And this first made the straw men rich and gave them the power to keep the place secret.
Money and secrecy.
Yeah.
A classic combo.
And according to Zant, they were apparently behind major historical disappearances too, wiping out Roanoke, nearly Jamestown.
Seriously. Roanoke.
That's the claim. And picking off as many pioneers as they could, including the mysterious strangers mentioned in the Donner Party diary.
Okay, this narrative is revealing a vast hidden history operating just beneath the official one, isn't it?
Totally hidden.
Where this secret society has influenced major events, maintained control through wealth and hidden power for millennia. It's an unnerving thought.
That so much we think we know is just the surface.
Exactly. And that our past has been so secretly manipulated.
And their belief system, as Zant calls it, is even more disturbing. It's described as a form of sacrifice, a killing for magic purpose.
Magic purpose, okay.
Serial murder, Zant explains, is just a misplaced version of this instinct.
Misplaced? How?
Where victims are turned into symbols of the gods' perfect, unattainable, cruel.
Symbols. Oh, wow.
Their ritual is detailed. Preparations, choose a victim, take the victim off to a secret place, then wash feet attempt to communicate, honoring before sacrifice.
Honoring them?
Seems like it.
Ah.
Then, well, they might have sex with the victim, eat parts to take on their power, keep a piece of the victim or their clothes, and then dismember them.
Good Lord. This is where the narrative connects seemingly random modern violence to an ancient ritualistic belief system.
It's a direct line.
It's profoundly unsettling to consider that these brutal acts aren't just about dysfunction, but about this curdled, persistent belief that killing the right thing at the right time is somehow essential for their well-being.
Like a necessity.
Yeah. It utterly redefines the very nature of evil within the story. It's not just psychological pathology.
Yeah.
It's an enduring, twisted spiritual practice.
And if these straw men operate with such chilling ritual, how do we spot their modern manifestations? Well, Nina's investigation into a string of murders might give us some terrifying answers.
Okay, Nina's investigation.
First, there's Jessica Jones. She's a webcam model found dead in an LA motel. Okay.
A hard disk is found in her mouth. It's playing Foray's Requiem.
Ah.
And she ran a site called daddysgirls.net.
In her mouth, playing that music.
That's specific.
Very specific. Then, Caitlin Wallace. She's a night manager from Seattle's Fairview Hotel. Found 40 miles east in Snoqualmie.
Yeah.
A hard disk shoved into a hole he'd made in her head. Also playing Foray's Requiem. And this one contained a Pittsburgh webcam feed.
Okay, the recurring hard disks, the specific music, the webcam connections, it immediately establishes a distinct signature, doesn't it?
Clearly a pattern.
It suggests a unified ritualistic purpose behind these brutal acts, regardless of how random the victims might seem.
Right.
And the killer, collecting souvenirs, you mentioned that. Jessica's apartment shows no sign of a picture frame seen in her webcam footage.
Yeah, it's missing.
Hinting the killer took it as a souvenir of Jessica's family, which directly aligns with the strawman's ritualistic practice of keeping a piece of the victim or their clothes to, quote, keep the dead alive.
It fits perfectly.
Yeah.
Or terribly.
Yeah, terribly.
The investigation then takes a sharp turn with the murder of Peter Ferrillo. He's a restaurateur with ties to organized crime, shot in Portland.
Okay, organized crime ties.
And John Zant confesses to killing him.
Zant did? Why?
Zant claims Ferrillo helped organize the transportation of young girls to killers and was essentially a front for the straw men.
Okay, this is a critical pivot point then.
Mm-hmm.
It provides a direct link between those ritualistic murders we just talked about and the organized power of the straw men.
Makes it real.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It positions Ferrillo as a tangible cog in their larger, sinister machinery. And it also suggests Zant's desperate, violent attempt to dismantle this network from within, even through extreme measures.
As the story progresses, we discover the identity of the upright man, the killer leaving the bodies posed.
Right, the guy in the suit.
It turns out it's Paul, Ward's brother, who was abandoned as a toddler in San Francisco.
Ward's brother. No way.
Yeah. Mrs. Campbell from the adoption agency confirms Paul had this unusual history of being returned by foster families. It just didn't work out.
Wow. Okay, that backstory transforms Paul from just a seemingly random killer into this figure profoundly shaped by early trauma.
Definitely.
And maybe a possible connection to the very forces he now embodies. It makes you question, is his current path purely a result of his past, or is there something more inherently sinister tied to the strawmen at play from the beginning?
It's hard to say. Nina and Ward then embark on this really dangerous pursuit of Paul.
Trying to catch him?
Yeah, which includes a violent confrontation in Fresno where Paul's intent to kill them is absolutely clear. Nina's loyalty to Ward is seriously tested here.
Her unwavering insistence on trusting Ward, despite the immense personal cost and danger, it really showcases a fierce loyalty, doesn't it?
It's impressive.
It becomes a critical anchor in this chaotic investigation, a remarkable display of human connection amidst such pervasive darkness.
Paul eventually captures Ward and Nina, and then reveals a major twist.
Ooh.
Zant apparently cut a deal with Paul.
Zant betrayed them.
Seems like it. Paul also claims Drafiki, remember, Farillo's employer, the property developer, is one of them, confirming his connection to the straw man.
Okay, that betrayal by Zant, even if he thought it was for a perceived greater good, it just throws the moral ambiguity of the entire narrative into stark relief.
Totally gray area.
It forces us, and the characters, to question alliances, the true nature of information. It shows how even those fighting for good can make incredibly compromised choices.
The deep dive kind of culminates in this final, intense confrontation in the snowy woods.
The climax.
Yeah, involving Nina, Ward, Paul, the upright man, and local law enforcement Sheriff Connolly and Deputy Phil are there.
Okay.
And then a truly surreal moment happens. Jessica Jones, the first victim we discussed,
Yeah.
she appears as a ghostly, pajama-clad figure, and she warns, there are many.
Whoa. Jessica Jones appears like a ghost.
That's how it's described.
Okay, that surreal encounter vividly brings to life
Yes.
that whole telepathic manipulation idea Henderson talked about earlier, right?
It seems like it.
It powerfully blurs the lines between hallucination and maybe a deeper, unsettling reality that the straw man can create.
Smoke in the mind.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the very image of Jessica Jones as herself appearing, it's deeply symbolic, representing the countless victims, maybe, and the pervasive, lingering influence of the straw man.
Okay, moving to another fascinating character arc, we need to talk about Patrice Anders again, Bill's wife.
Right, we saw her earlier dealing with loss.
Yeah, first the loss of her beloved vacation spot, Verona, and then, tragically, her husband, Bill. Her internal struggle with grief is just raw. She feels hell is being alive, and being alive is all there is. And she ultimately decides to owe no allegiance to anyone or anything. Just cut loose.
That's such a raw, unflinching look at the corrosive nature of grief, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And how it can just dismantle a person's core beliefs, leaving them completely unmoored in a world that doesn't make sense anymore. It highlights how profound loss can lead to this complete reevaluation of existence, almost a descent into nihilism.
And Patrice recalls her guilt over Bill's lung cancer. She feels she killed her husband because she gave him cigarettes when he was trying to quit.
That's heavy.
It's framed by this metaphor of the smoking road, a path you take knowing it will lead to destruction, yet you just keep walking down it.
The smoking road. That's a powerful analogy, isn't it? For self-destructive tendencies or choices that, once you make them, become almost impossible to deviate from.
Yeah.
And if we connect that back to the straw man, it serves as a chilling parallel to their unwavering, multi-generational commitment to their ancient, destructive beliefs. They're on their own smoking road.
And then Patrice makes this shocking admission to Henriksen, really out of nowhere.
What is it?
She says she killed her grandmother when she was 12.
What?
By giving her a nudge down the stairs, she says she believed it's what she really wanted.
A nudge. Oh my God. Okay, that detail, combined with her earlier smoking road philosophy, it suggests this complex interplay of impulse, justification, and the darker, almost sacrificial undercurrents of human nature.
It's deeply unsettling.
It echoes the core themes of the straw man, but in this deeply personal, disturbing way. It shows how that idea of sacrifice can manifest in seemingly ordinary lives.
And Henriksen, in turn, he just brutally manipulates Patrice. He uses her suffering to try and draw out the strawman, basically using her pain to achieve his own goals.
Which just showcases how the relentless pursuit of hidden truths can lead individuals to morally compromising actions within the narrative itself.
That means justifying the end, maybe?
Or maybe not. It pushes characters to their limits in the quest to expose this huge conspiracy. The ethics get very murky.
Patrice's arc, though, it ends with a hint of something more profound, maybe. The text says she found something in the forest, or had found her, and she changed her mind.
Changed her mind about what? Despair, allegiance?
It's ambiguous, but it hints at maybe a deeper connection or understanding beyond all that despair she was feeling.
That offers maybe a glimmer of hope, or perhaps new form of understanding amidst all the pervasive darkness. It suggests that even in the face of such profound nihilism and manipulation, there can be a moment of reconnection or a shift in perspective. It leaves us wondering what that something might have been, doesn't it? Did she find a different path off the smoking road?
It's a question left hanging. So what does this all mean for you, listening?
Yeah.
We've journeyed through this world where ancient conspiracies seem to dictate modern crimes,
Yeah.
where personal grief can lead to these really unsettling realizations, and where the lines between truth, belief, and just outright illusion are constantly blurred.
Constantly shifting.
From desolate malls to hidden cabins, from the depths of despair to the heights of this unimaginable ancient power, The Lonely Dead really invites us to reconsider everything we thought we knew about our world and maybe ourselves too.
Yeah, absolutely. And this deep dive, it leaves us with a really lingering question, doesn't it? If belief is the truth, as Henriksen proposes, and if hidden forces, like these straw men, have influenced our history and continue to shape our present by putting smoke in our minds, how do we even begin to discern reality from their elaborate deceptions?
Well, how do you know it's real?
Exactly. What if the ordinary, the mundane, the everyday stuff? What if it's merely a sophisticated disguise for something far more ancient and terrifying, just waiting right beyond our everyday perception?
Think about that. Until next time, what truths might be hiding in plain sight in your own world?